G'day sports fans, this is my next video in the training for lower scores series that I've got. This is for people who want to break 100, break 90, break 80, just get better and have more fun out on the golf course shooting lower scores. If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, you better have a look down below, look at my other videos on YouTube. The first one we did was short range putting. So that's number one, you got to hole 3-foot putts, right? If you're not holding 3-foot putts, you're going to have all sorts of trouble trying to score and it's going to affect the rest of your game. So that's the first thing you got to have a look at. Second one, long range putts. Putts that are going to get you inside 3 feet, because now that you're good at 3 feet, you've got to get inside 3 feet more often. Okay, so that's the next one. The third one, which was the last one, that's chipping. So now when you miss the green with your approach shot, which is the vast majority of the time for all of us out there, then you need to be able to just get the thing on the green in one shot. So practicing a little 10-meter shot with a sand wedge until you get good enough to land it on the green, stop it on the green, is the next skill. So that's the third one. This one is now pitching. What's pitching? Well, that's in between the chipping and a full shot. Now, I know that is giving so many of you nightmares out there. I've played with enough of you to know that that is a tough shot. So you kind of sit there about 40, 50, 60 meters away, something like that, and you're like, you've got no idea how hard to hit this. So you take a big full swing, you try and slow down. Okay, and then you're decelerating on it, you flum it, you blade it, you just hit it in the bunker in front of you, and it's just a nightmare for contact and consistency, and you've got no idea, and your confidence goes out the window. So, what do we do? Well, here's your technique. You'll see the guys from my training sessions doing this. What we got them to do, and this is what I want you to do at home, is take some full swings. Grab your sand wedge, get a bunch of balls at the driving range, take some full swings to get used to the size of that swing. And then what I want you to do is, instead of going like all the way back, I want you to go halfway back on your backswing. So just turn back with what feels like half to you. This is not important to anybody else, but for you, it feels like half of your normal backswing. And then from there, I want you to go all the way through to a full follow through. So your full chest facing the target, belly button, belt buckle facing the target. Half the way back, all the way through. So that's the key. Now, it does not matter how far this ball goes, okay? So that's important. It doesn't matter how far this goes. So you're not aiming at anything when you do this to begin with, right? Got that? Doesn't matter. What you are going to do though is watch how far it goes when you do make a decent contact line. So you go halfway back, all the way through, watch how far it goes. Now at most driving ranges, they've got some markers there and you're going, oh, that's about, doesn't matter if you're precise, within 5 meters is enough for you guys at the moment, right? That's about 30 meters, it's about 40, it's 50, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. If you start to see that, give or take 5-10 meters, you're landing at about 50 meters with a half swing with a sand wedge, you're now starting to get some answers about how you can actually hit that shot on the golf course and have a bit more confidence on it. So you start to know, right, I grab a sand wedge, go back halfway, full follow through, decent contact, should go about 50 meters. Now you practice that enough, when you're training, all of a sudden these par 5s and long par 4s, you can hit up closer to the green, knowing that you're not going to have some kind of a fit over the next shot. You're probably, if you can't play this shot at the moment, you should be hitting it back 100 meters and hit a full shot with a wedge or an iron or something along those lines. You're going to be more consistent with that. So that's why we want to practice this shot. So you can actually get up closer to these par 5s, long par 4s, pitch it on the green, maybe get it closer. So then now that you've got a good pitching game that you can hit on the green, you've got good long range putts now, you can roll it up to 3 foot and you're going to hold that. All of a sudden you watch your scores go down that way. So there's your challenge. I want to know 10 balls. After you've done this for a while and you're starting to feel pretty good about it, 10 balls, whatever distance it is that you think is your average. I want you to imagine a little 10-meter green. 10 meters left, 10 meters right, all the way around. It's about the size of a green. And I want you to tell me how many out of 10 you actually land in that green, on that green, I should say, not in that green, on that green, and see how you go. So there's your challenge for this week. This is pitching. So halfway back, all the way through, see how far it goes, see how many out of 10 you can land in a little imaginary green. So add that to the other 4 and you should start seeing some scores coming down. So keep practicing, keep training. Let me know how you go. If you've got any questions, get in touch, put a comment down below. Subscribe to my channel as well if you haven't done that. There's a bunch of other stuff I do on there, and even my Facebook and Instagram. Just look up Paul Williamson Golf. You'll see it all there. So until next time, sports fans, good luck. Okay, here are the boys in the Tuesday morning game improvement session. What they're doing here is they're trying to become amazing from around that 50-meter mark. So how this affects your score is basically, it means that if you are at a par 5 and you can hit about 50 metres out, you can pitch it on the green and 2-putt. pardon me, and walk away with no worse than a bogey. So if you're someone who's trying to break 100 or 90 or even 80, that's a goal for you there. So basically what they've learned to do is, a few weeks back we were doing full swings and then we were just making a half swing. And what they're doing here is they're aiming at the 50 metre sign over here, which we know is 52 metres away. And so Bruce has just determined that a half swing with what, a gap wedge, Bruce? Is about your 50 metre club? Yep, and this is your 54, your sand wedge, and it's probably a bit shorter than that, isn't it? Goes a bit high, about 40, there you go. So now Bruce starts to know that, hey, if I make a half swing with my sand wedge, it's about 40 metres of carry and it comes out pretty high. Puts a gap wedge in, it'll go 50. Puts in his pitching wedge, will probably go about 60 to 70, maybe he just discovered this. So this is how he starts to build some confidence of getting the right distance with these little wedge shots on the golf course. Well done.